So there's brake lights. Why are we doing brake lights? Why are we doing brake lights? Ooh. That's, you gotta make the swerve to the right. You gotta make, okay, somebody's just merging, not a big deal. You either merge away, so turn, decelerate with braking, or accelerate out of it. The only three things you can do. Don't just stay there. You have to do something. All right, we've seen this one before. This guy's just gonna be all over the place. He's gonna get around it. Perfectly fine, nice little swerve, but slow it down in a parking lot. All right, lane splitting. You're gonna have multiple hazards. Somebody might wanna switch over to a different lane. Like, oh, that was just a D-bag move. That car was just being an ass. Couldn't anticipate that one. Elad. Elad is a member of the Smart Rider crew. He's gonna recognize the open lane pattern here. See how the engine RPM slowed down? He did really good progressive braking here, let them in. And he's also a motor cop in Israel, so he's probably pulling them over, I think. I don't know. But he did post this in the Smart Rider crew, so if you don't want to get the books or anything, and you just want to be a crew member, you can just join the crew and post your close calls and crashes. I'll go in there and review them, and we have a bunch of people in here talking about it. So he even says open lane pattern for the win. Absolutely, Elad. Thank you for being a great member, longtime member. Check it out. Links in the description. It's $5 a month. Here we go. Good job. Not much to say about that guy. He does great stuff. He's good. All right, here we go. So we're going around the corner with a group of friends. Anybody gonna go wide? Oh, buddy went wide over there. Now it's time to remain calm, ensure our own safety, and stop any major bleeds.
Good.
So good. Everyone's okay. So we're fine, but you need to have that skill set just in case that someone isn't okay. So check it out. I do, once again, I keep promoting because it's a whole new bundle. It saves you guys a lot of money. The rescue booklet tells you how to do it, and you get the rescue card.
You okay, brother?
With it.
You okay?
Yeah.
So you can have it on hand if something happens and you forget what to do. With the digital version, you get a digital download so you can put it on your phone. And that guy just crashed hit the curb. Guys, what are we doing here?
Situation where you could blame both sides. Even though the van driver saw exactly what happened, he decided not to stop and just drove away.
Okay, so when it comes to that, there's something that I believe in from being in the fire service. There's a duty to act. Now, as a firefighter EMT, while I was on the service and while I had my certifications, my EMT certification, there is a legal duty to act, at least in Arizona that I know of. And so I would have to. So if I got caught not stopping, I can get in trouble and possibly lose my cert. Now, I don't have any of that stuff anymore. I'm not a firefighter anymore. I still feel that there is a moral duty to act when it comes to helping. I don't believe other people need to have that. I would love this world more if more people had that same mentality of I have a duty to act and help out. I think society would be a lot better, but I'm going to be the example, and hopefully other people can do it. Hopefully you guys will do it as smart riders, and rescuing other people with medical training. It doesn't even have to be motorcyclists. It could be anybody, right? So right here we have this person turning over, switching over. The van decided to do the same thing. It's not the van's fault. Didn't see you. You got blind spots and everything. It is what it is. You need to make the choice. You're taking the risk. This is the kind of stuff that happens. Got pushed out. He could have just stayed in his lane. Didn't have to panic and didn't freak out. Could have just stayed in his lane, applied some brakes, maybe switched back over to the right lane. It is what it is. But we panicked and we hit the curb right here. Curb is not in part of the lane. So if we just stayed in the lane, we would have been fine. So when it comes to, we can blame both sides. I'm not going to blame the van driver for doing van stuff. I'm not going to blame somebody else for doing their stuff. I'm going to blame myself for not having the skill set to be able to manage when other people do stupid things. And then I'm also not going to be upset when somebody isn't doing the moral duty to act when it comes to helping out after a crash. I'm going to put all the responsibility on the motorcycle rider just so that they can learn and take full 100% absolute accountability for absolutely everything that happens to them. That's what I do. I hope you guys do that too. It does suck that you're taking responsibility and accountability for everything, but really what it is that you're taking responsibility and accountability for your response and your actions. You cannot take responsibility, and you should not take responsibility for somebody else's actions and be accountable for someone else's actions. It's your response to those actions, and it's also accountability for your actions first. So that's how it is. I'm putting it on him. So what could we have done? Stayed in our lane. Could have just stayed in our lane. We didn't have to panic. So when you take full accountability and responsibility for that, what is it that you need to learn then? It's like, we should have stayed in our lane. We should not have panicked. Okay, cool. It happened. It is what it is. It sucks. I'm glad you're still alive. So now that you're alive, you can still learn. So now what do we need to learn? Okay, I need better braking control. I need better handling of the motorcycle control. I need to recognize that when something like this does happen, I have options of swerving back into the other lane or applying the brakes or accelerating out of a situation. So it lets you know, when you take full accountability and responsibility of what's happening, that you now learn how to manage this situation if it ever happens again. And that's the whole point of us being in the classroom right now, is that we're not going to make these mistakes to learn. We're going to watch people make mistakes so we learn. We're allowing this to happen to them because they did it, so that now we can learn. That's the whole point of this channel.
Even though
Oof. Side of the vehicle. I love a little synth wave. Yeah. Good job. Open lane pattern. Okay. Here we go. Stop sign. What is this person going to do? They're going to kind of creep out. Hey, stop, Kia. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Possibly.
How can
Possibly. You should be looking left and then right. Why would they? How? He keeps asking how. So part of this, right? This vehicle should be looking to their left to see if there's any oncoming traffic before merging. Why do you think somebody would not be looking left? Because they want to turn right, so they're looking right to where they're going. Some people just don't look left to see if there's anybody going to hit them. It's that main character syndrome of like, nothing's going to happen to me. I'm just going to do me. So my thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to turn right to go to the stop sign. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to look that way because nothing's going to happen to me. Something could have happened. That's why you should look left. So that they should take full accountability and responsibility and be like, oh, I need to start looking left. I had a close call.
You just don't.
And as a motorcycle rider, when we see that, like, this person might come out. So I'm going to be kind of cautious coming up to the stop sign for this idiot. Inattentional blindness. Yep. Here we go. Stop sign. So we're going to get ready. This is where we practice our progressive braking. Coming up to a stop sign. Hey, wide turn. Stopped. Let them do the stupid thing. It is what it is. Good job, Neil. Good job. Sucks. It's weird, but you handled it. Gosh, I miss these Sportsters, baby. Don't they sound good? There's the side of the vehicle. Ooh, a little too much rear brake. We're downshifting, getting back into the position. We're going to do engine shutoff, pushing all the buttons. What are we doing there? So I want to point out a few things, because the cool thing is we can actually see his feet. It's his forward controls. It's pretty cool. I like that. So we're coming up to here. We have a merging of lanes. You see the sign. Okay, cool. Very cool. We have a construction. All right, it is what it is. We're going normal speed. It is what it is. I can't tell. I'm assuming 10, 20, 30, 40 miles an hour. It might be a 25, so maybe a little bit fast. It is what it is. There's that side of the vehicle. Uh-oh. So at this point, go and roll off the throttle, get ready to cover the brakes, see what's about to happen. As part of planning your ride, we located the hazard situation. Is it a relevant threat? It's in the lane, so I need to start navigating here versus waiting way up there to navigate. So what I'm going to do for navigation to put myself in a new position for safety here is roll off the throttle, cover the brakes, get ready. Get ready. Maybe apply a little bit. Slow down here, and then I can speed up later, so I don't have to make all these crazy adjustments later. So you're starting to do that. It's not slowing down enough in time. I see the person's getting out of my lane. I have a gap opening to the right, so I'm going to go ahead and put myself in a new position. I'm going to slowly come over to the right because I know that this gap is going to either increase or I can make that gap now. If they just stop, I can make that gap because I know they're not going to want to put it in reverse. Most people just like, I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to go for the gap right here. So I'm going to start doing that now. So what do we do instead? We apply, he's already pushing down on that rear brake. That's where the rear brake is on those forward controls. It's on the right foot. So we applied it a little bit too hard, and you're going to see it fishtailing a little bit. So the rear tire locked up a little bit, and it's starting to like skid. So what do you do if it starts skidding? Just release the rear brake, and it'll regain traction. There's a skid. lost traction, he removed the rear foot, it regained. So now we are in a bad gear. So maybe let's say we're a fourth gear and we're down to, it looks like maybe 20 miles an hour. We went from 40 to 20. So now we're in fourth gear when we should be possibly in second gear. So now he's going to go ahead and downshift. You see his hand on the clutch, pulled it in. He's downshifting right here on here. So he's probably downshifting all the way to first, all this other stuff. Transmission starting to act a little funny, starting to be a little weird. So he's going to immediately go towards the engine shutoff right here, which is interesting. You don't need to do that. You could just keep the clutch pulled in, get it into second gear. There's no gear indicator on this bike. But you're going to just go all the way down to first and then click it into second. And now you're in second gear. You're going about 20 miles an hour, friction zone, throttle control to get yourself going. Here we go. So we're going to go ahead and make it around this turn. Very good. We got a sharp turn up ahead. Oh, we applied a lot of front brake. A lot of front brake there. A little scary. Open lane pattern. Anybody going to come out from the left to the right? Because our lane, there it is. You guys witness it all the time. Eli did a great job earlier in the video. Saw that. Didn't get pissed because he's a cop and he was able to pull him over. I saw the lights go on, Eli. You got the red and blues going. So you got to do something a little bit extra, but yeah, you don't have to do that part. All right. Oh, open lane pattern. Good job braking. 1 second. No. Good job braking. So nice, easy, chill. He's got his knees up, so it might be a little scooter. It's cold out. He's got the little wind guards, basically. It's a little bit rainy, so weather, kind of scary. So we're thinking about that. If it's a wet road, ooh. So good job on the braking on a wet road. So this is really good progressive braking. He was able to stop right there, and he started moving towards the open spot. Dude, I can't say your name, but you did a good job. Good job.
Ne yapıyorsun dayı sen?
Good job.
Çarpsam ne olacak? Ya dayı ben bu insanları anlamıyorum.
And he's got his motorcycle GPS right there. Perfect. Oh, we're on a track having some fun. 170 kilometers an hour. Low-sided, but what's 170? 106 miles per hour, basically. He was going about 112-ish. A little low side, not a big deal. You do that on the track. Oh, please swerve. Oh my gosh, he waited to the last second to swerve on that one. And he's going to do a nice little U-turn. But right here, we have that location of a hazardous situation. We have a car turning in front of us. It's hard to see here, but it is what it is. Is it a relevant threat? It's in our lane. It's a relevant threat, so it becomes an active threat. Okay, it's in our lane. We got to do something. Apply the brakes. Emergency accelerate out of it or swerve. Emergency accelerating into it, not a good idea. We can apply the brakes a little bit right now to slow ourselves down so we can buy ourselves an option. So we can see when it's slowing down, we'll be like, hey, we can swerve to the right. Where's our escape path? What do we do? Oh, to the right. So let's go ahead and start swerving now. Now that we figured it out, let's go ahead and remove the braking part of the situation and do the swerving part of the situation. When I say swerve, I mean swerve. There's an open lane to the right, and I don't see any vehicles. Open lane to the right, take the whole right lane. They don't want it anymore. You take it, and once you get past it, get back into your lane. Don't just switch and be like, I'm going to go right here. No, I want you to, I'm going to go not that far because you're in the grass now. I want you to go, I'm over here now. Not just a simple lane change. I want you to actually go. Okay, you got to do something because right here, tiny little bit of a swerve. Still in our lane. Open everything, but nice U-turn. Nice U-turn. It's part of the Smart Rider drills. I can get you doing U-turns in 20-foot boxes easy if you just do the beginner exercises and the easy exercises. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. If you can do that, you are doing 20-foot U-turns easy. So check it out. What are you doing?
Did I hit you?
Oh, did I hit you? Oh, jeez. But did you die? Okay. Oh, that didn't look good. Let's take a look. Here we go. Side of the vehicle. It's a green for us. They should have waited, at least opened up the view to make that right-handed turn. Okay, it is what it is. Good job moving over. Oh, filming with a potato. What was that? Okay.
Wait,
Cut in front of him. Motorcyclists, don't do this to other motorcyclists. Cars, don't do it to motorcyclists. Cars, don't do it to cars. Just don't do that.
They're the same way.
Yeah. Don't do that. You're not in my group. I don't know you. I don't trust you. Get away. All right, here we go. Nice little open lane for us. Anybody want to switch over? There it is. Oh, he wanted to just make that turn. You just hit me. You just hit me in front of the hospital, you dummy. Now, why would they want to do that? It's like I have an emergency. The guy in the red, I have an emergency. I need to get to the hospital. Something's happening. Well, that's why you did it. Doesn't change the fact that you did do it, though. You caused a problem. You just hit me. So I understand why. That doesn't give you justification to do it. I understand why. Be a better driver. Now, when it comes to us, we have an open lane. Everyone's going to be wanting to get into our open lane, whether they're going to stay in our lane or cut across. So we be very careful and cautious when it comes to this pattern right here. We have this open area. Everyone's going to want to switch over. You even see the gray vehicle. Watch the gray vehicle. Gray vehicle wanted to switch over. So everybody wants to switch over to the open spot. So be very careful. Don't worry about the horn. Roll off the brake, or roll off the throttle, apply the brakes, swerve into the open spot if you can. In this situation, it's a braking thing that we can do. Yeah. Overall, stupid.
I'm so sorry. I did. You were in my blind spot, honey.
Oh man, it's good.
Yeah, you're in the blind spot,
Can I
but
get your insurance, just in case? Your insurance? Can I get your insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I go ahead and get it?
yeah, she's having a rough day. Looks like she's having a rough day. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Check out the bundle in the store. Become a Smart Rider crew member. Any of the links in the description for Cardo and Rock Farm. With that said, hope you guys ride safe. And hopefully don't end up on one of these Motostars video for me to review. I'll see you guys later.